It has come to my attention that one way you can develop clarity in your life is by entertaining the state of consciousness of making a decision. I've noticed that making a decision in reality is a very scary thing. It feels like a sacrifice. It feels like you're creating a bunch of stuff to miss out on. And that's exactly right. To make a decision is to sacrifice all other possible decisions. To choose one path is to sacrifice exploring all others. And of course, there's trade-offs with making a decision or not making a decision. In fact, not making a decision is what most people do. Most people do not have the courage to make a decision for any length of time. And it shows with a lack of results. It shows with an abundance of people having mediocre lives. Why not decide something for yourself just to try on how it feels? I see developing clarity as two things, right? There's going out there and getting direct experience. But then there's also giving yourself direct experience of how it feels to have an identity of the decisions that you have made. And this is where a declaration of success can come in handy. Now, what's interesting about success is that more often than not, it's never going to really fit your timeline. For that matter, fuck your timeline completely. So when you tell someone of what you're going to do, and to be patient with everyone else's impatience, because your timeline, which is hopefully a very patient one, is not going to align with other people's timeline. But that's what it takes to set yourself apart from the herd. So for myself, this video is for me. This video here, I want to entertain the state of consciousness of really making a decision to own my life. So, the way I want to lay it out is where I am, where I came from, and where I'm going. So, I grew up like a typical video game addicted kid with ADHD and massive sensitivity to reality, where I came home crying every single day. For many of my formative years, I had so much fear and anxiety around everything. I couldn't even leave the house. It is only now that I've done enough shadow work where I really feel like I have a fresh start. I've intuited for a long time how important it is to create a life that I'm passionate about. And it is only really now that I'm really accepting the costs of making that kind of decision. Most people are scared to make that decision, and as a result, that is the decision, to be with the rest of the decisionless people, creating a mediocre life, letting reality exert its will onto you rather than you exerting your will onto reality. At first, I thought I was going to be a product designer when I figured that out when I was around 16 years old. And then right before 1 week before finishing my 2-year diploma of mechanical engineering, on my journey to get a bachelor's in mechanical engineering to be a product designer. 1 week before graduating that, I had a massive shot of clarity, crisis, and realizing that I did not want to do mechanical engineering at all. And at age 19, I decided I want to be a life coach. But it doesn't end there, I realize. Because then, you decide and then you waver, and I've wavered now, right? It is now 2024. I believe it's January. Yeah, it's January 30th, 2024. So about 5 years later, coming up to that point now. And I've had dreams of being a YouTuber, watching PewDiePie. I think I was like many kids making their own Minecraft Let's Play channel. And I've also come to love self-help, and I've developed dreams of being an author like James Clear. And I've in the last 5 years, I've been trying to shake it all up to see which goals remain. And it still is held in deeply my mind that I want to write a bestseller self-help book, that is. I want to cultivate massive success on YouTube. And I want to be a fully practicing life coach. And that, of course, can evolve into, running seminars, running retreats for people, something that can really heal people. And throughout my entire life, one interesting caveat about me that sets me apart from a lot of people is that I was for a long time plagued with the idea of death, meaning I didn't know what it was. It freaked me out. And as a result, I think that was one big part of it, but really, I'm just really curious about reality. I really want to know what the fuck is going on. I really want to know, what is this direct experience? What happens when you die? And so that has led me to now have a big goal in my life to pursue an awakening journey. At this point, I'm aware that you can awaken infinitely deeper. There's no you're not just enlightened and then you're done. You get more and more and more awake. But there usually is a point where you have your first couple awakenings and everything starts to change. And I would love to make it to that point and way further beyond. So now we got 4 goals here. And then the next goal for mine is to really take care of my body, to really make it beautiful. Just like, I don't know, it was like the Romans or the Greeks, the ancient philosophers saying that it is a shame to die without seeing how beautiful your body can get, without seeing its peak physical form. So then that's my 5th goal in my life. And as far as the timeline, I'm almost 24 years old now. And I would think it would be a shame if in 5 years from now, I didn't make substantial progress, serious progress on any of these fronts to the point where it stands out beyond most people. However, these 5 goals, you could say, are goals for the rest of my life. Fuck the timeline. And with all that being said, here's the caveat that I want to tell you, is that with whatever I end up doing, my mind is open to the possibility of dropping all of those goals if I find a spot where I fit in even more. Because in the big picture, what I believe right now is that my life purpose is to teach people how to become fully engaged with their lives. I want to teach people how to understand themselves, to create a peaceful mind and a passionate life. I want to feed the spirit in people. I want to ignite that spark. I want people to get into flow. I want people to learn how to focus. I want people to destroy and slay all their limiting beliefs. And whatever allows me to plug into reality the most to fulfill that purpose, I believe that is where I will find my ikigai. My reason for being. But above all, I have my 5 goals here. There's one that encompasses it all, which is I want to fall in love with life. Completely. You can make a number, 10 million YouTube subs, high performance body and mind, full coaching practice, full awakening, 3 best-selling books. But really, what I'm willing to drop all of that if I can just get this going. So that really is my goal for my life. I want to fully fall in love with life. And these goals are just directions for me to go down. At the end of the day, I don't really care what I want. I just want to align myself with where Christian fits the most, such that my life feels like I am the last puzzle, the last piece to a 3,000 piece puzzle, where I see all the pieces around me perfectly aligned, where life fits me like a glove and nobody else. It's attuned to my personality. It's attuned to my neurochemistry. And I hope as I grow more and more, I become more and more aware of the truth that all of my abilities to cure my ailments, all my abilities to solve my problems are already within my grasp. They're already within my capacity. I just have to choose to embody that higher state of consciousness, whether that be through various consciousness raising exercises or even physical exercise, giving up all vices that are no longer good for me and becoming conscious, so conscious that I'm able to just drop them. And I've already seen that, where I've become so conscious in some areas of my life where certain things that are vices for many people are no longer appealing. And I've seen that as a lot of progress. And so where I'm coming from, I could have just been indoctrinated into a system to become an engineer and have some sort of boring life and then struggle with all my anxieties and stay asleep and be depressed on some ADHD medication and or whatever, and chasing the path of least resistance. That's a life where I could have come from, and it feels like my last the last 20 years of my life, or the last 10 or whatever, put a number, has been just like crawling. I've just been crawling out of the hole that I have found myself in, and also simultaneously dug myself deeper into. And I would be remiss, it would be unfortunate if I couldn't share the insights with the world of how I personally got the hell out of there. How do you crawl yourself out of a hole that keeps sinking deeper and deeper? That persistence and vision to be at your best is what will carry you through. And so a vision for me, people that have written amazing books, when you read them, you're like, how the fuck did they put this together? Like Robert Greene. I would love to write like him. Or being able to have a teaching with such clarity and such skill to be able to communicate something so thoroughly that by the time that you finish a lecture, your mind is changed. I would love to embody that from Leo Gira with his project actualize.org. I would love to be able to speak to people like Wayne Dyer or Sean Stevenson. I would love to motivate people into an intense state of consciousness like Wes Watson does. I would love to take care of my body and mind like Laird Hamilton or Joe Rogan or Don Wildman, where by age 50 you're still ripped. Like when you die, you're ripped in the coffin. I would love to embody the leadership and the mental toughness of people like Jocko Willink and David Goggins. And most importantly, I would like to find out who I came here to be. When we admire something in someone, these are clues as to who we are. We're drawn to certain things because these are clues to who we are. And as we acquire more and more of what we admire, we get more and more clarity on who we came here to be. So, my declaration of success is to fall in love with my life, pursuing these threads that I've laid out, taking care of my body and mind, helping people through coaching and seminars, spreading messages of hope through YouTube, spreading knowledge that can change your life through books, and most importantly of all, waking up, understanding what the fuck reality is. So that is who I am. I am a life coach. I am a YouTuber. I am a speaker. I am a writer. I am a philosopher. And I want you to watch me through my process of creating my life, creating an abundance in my life. And I'm willing to become that 2%. Apparently, only 2% of people live their life finishing all of their dreams. And I want to do it by age 50. Because you got to be conservative. You don't know how long you're going to live. You don't know how much your body and mind is going to deteriorate, and how you can be unlucky and get a disease or whatever. That's me. Philosopher, life coach, speaker, motivational speaker, writer, fitness enthusiast. That's Christian Vandeos. Someone that's trying to find their place in life and simultaneously trying to help others along the way. To become fully engaged with life. To have that spirit installed into your mind such that every day you wake up with a seriousness to attack your day with vigor. I want to feel fully engaged every single day. And that is a decision that I have made. And I'm willing to let go of whatever attachment, if that means I can get the life that I want, or the life that I am meant to have, or the life that I have come to step into, to become who I came here to be. So, I guess we'll see. Because words are one thing, but actions are another. See ya.